Hey, my name is PolishLynx, and welcome to the third episode of Once Upon an All Hallows Eve, which I think at the very end of the previous video I pronounced wrongly, and I said night instead of eve, but whatever, right? Anywho, one night I wake up due to the extreme coldness of my room. I realize that I am already shivering, even despite the blanket that I have unconsciously wrapped around myself in my sleep. Groaning, I stand up, hoping to find the source of the sudden cold. A cool breeze sends goosebumps up my arms, and I realize that perhaps the small window covered by the blinds on the far side of the wall has been accidentally opened. Just a peek! So I start walking towards it. A strange sound suddenly reveals itself to my ears. I stop straining to recognize the sound. To my horror, I realize that it sounds like a tornado is happening outside. A tornado? I hurried around to the door to open it. But before I can do so, I hear a voice calling out to me. Kara! A hollow, echoey kind of voice that makes me think if I had already heard it or not. I look around me, feeling goosebumps traveling on my flesh. Kara! Come back, Kara! I press my hands to my ears, trying to get the voice out of my head. Panicking now, I grab the doorknob and pull open the door, only to be greeted by a blinding white light. Kara! Kara! Are you alright? I wake up to the sound of voices. The three silhouettes are praying down into me, surprising me. I mean, I should probably do that, scream louder, but it's middle of the night, so... The three silhouettes all move away in shock, and I realize that they belong to the three brothers. Guys, can you please not do that again? You shocked the hell out of me. Huh? We could really say the same thing about you, you know. He's right, he gets really nervous whenever we faint. What? What happened, Kara? Did you just say that I fainted? Yeah, we found you right outside the room, lying on the floor. But... yeah. What is it? What's the last thing you remember before we fainted? I remember now. There was a light. A blinding light. That's the last thing I remember. The three brothers look at each other in confusion. A blinding light? How can it be? It's been raining all morning. Raining? Is that why there was a tornado outside? Three heads look at me at the same time. Tornado? You saw a tornado outside? No, I heard it. I just presumed it was a tornado because... that's right. The draft. I thought the draft coming from outside was because of a mild tornado or something. Kara, there's no window that opens here in Vern's room. How can it be a draft? What? That can't be. I thought it myself. It was right after I heard the tornado that I stop, feeling shivers run up my spine as everything comes back to my mind. Before you what? Before I heard it? The atmosphere in that room suddenly grows thick, threatening to strangle the four of us in its vice-like grip. What did you hear, Kara? A voice. I heard a voice. What did it say? It was calling me, asking me to come back. And the thing is, now that I think about it, it sounded so familiar. Vern steps away from me, and I see all the blood drained from his face. Vern, what's wrong? Vern? He shakes his head before running out the door, to my surprise. What, did I say something wrong? The two other brothers are still looking quite alarmed. After a few seconds, Victor snaps out of his trance. No, you know Vern. I told you he can be quite a scary cat sometimes. He forces a smile to his face. And I guess right now is one of those times. I guess so. Anyway, you better go back to sleep now. Yeah, he's right. I just nod, smiling gently at the two. Yeah, thanks you guys. I lie back down on my bed, feeling suddenly exhausted. A sudden thought comes to my mind. Wait, how did... I hear the two brothers open the door, and I hurriedly sit up to call their attention. Wait! The two just blink at me, questioning their eyes.
How do you guys know that I had fainted outside the room? I mean, isn't it already late?
Von and Victor both look at each other in shock. Actually, it was Vern who found you. Now, don't ask what he's doing. Walking outside in the middle of the night. A great thing he was walking, else he wouldn't have found Kara.
Well, I guess you're right. Good night, then.
Good night. Von just grunts before they leave, closing the door behind them. Normally, I get mad if a person ignored me like that, but I know better. Just like on my first night here, I lie awake on my bed, thinking about the day's events. I still get shivers thinking about the voice I heard earlier, so I try to divert my thoughts from that. Still, I wonder if I'm just hallucinating. Cabin fever, perhaps? I stretch my legs out, trying my hardest to flex my bed leg. It still hasn't fully recovered, but it sure has gotten better. I can't wait for it to make its full recovery so that I can start hiking back down the mountain again. Sorry, I really do miss friends and family. I wonder if they know I'm up here. They might be so worried. And well, I'm sure I will be able to go down one of those days. One of those days. It's been a few days since the voice incident and everything starting to become normal or routine again. My leg has actually recovered enough for me to be able to already walk around the house with little to no problem at all. However, Victor says that hiking is a very high impact activity and he sure wouldn't want to risk my health. Of course, I have complete trust in him. Not only is he my friend, but he was also a medical student, after all. I'm sure he knows what's best for me. Still, I do hope I can recover soon enough. I promised him that I would do my best to help around the house before I leave for the village. It's only proper that I repay them in some way for their kindness, after all. Victor insists that it's not necessary, but I too insist that it is. At least it will give me something to do when I'm stuck up here in the mountains. As the days pass by, I find myself wanting to get to know Von better. He seems like the ultimate grouch, but ever since our fight, I've realized that he can actually be quite nice at times. I guess I'm hoping that I'll see that nice side of him once again. I walk towards the main room, not knowing what else to do. To be honest, I'm quite bored. There is really not much to do around here. So many rooms are locked, so I can't really just explore around. I catch a glimpse of blonde hair as I pass by one of the open rooms. Wait. Is that a freaking alchemy circle on the wall?
Hey, Bon!
Mon just grunts in acknowledgement, barely even looking up at me.
Whoa, what is this room? It looks really nice. All these books, are they yours? Isn't this like a mini office or something?
None of your business. Ignoring his cold words, I continue looking around the room.
I think it's really cool that you have this writing room, apart from your own bedroom. I've always wanted a private room like this.
He shoots me and a big glare.
The nerve!
I sit beside him without his permission.
Why should I ask him for permission?
He glanced at me, looking irritated. What's your problem? Finally, a reaction.
Nothing, I'm just bored. What do you do around here when you're bored anyway?
He glares at me with scary, steely eyes. Again, it's none of your business. I sigh.
I'm starting to miss home.
Von looks at me from the corner of his eye. Didn't Victor already promise to help you get back home?
He did, but... Hey, he says I'm not yet in the proper condition to hike back down the mountain.
He looks at me up and down with an expressionless look on his face, focusing on my bandages. And he's right.
I know. And didn't you tell me not to want things to go my own way?
All because you didn't.
Know what the heck is going on, yes. So here I am.
Whatever. Do what you want.
Come on. Like I said, I guess I'm just bored.
Go find something to do then.
Well, that's exactly what I'm I mean, why am I asking you what you do here?
I said it's none of your business, and I
Pooh.
just glared him back, feeling insulted. Back at home, nobody treats me like this. Everybody treats me like a princess. Well, maybe that's the problem.
How dare this guy barely know treat me this way?
We engage ourselves in a silent staring contest for a while before I finally give up from exhaustion.
You're cute at this.
Just go find something to do. I know then, stand up. His voice goes quiet all of a sudden. I promise we'll do our best to get you back home. I look back at him in surprise.
Thank you, Vaughn. Hey, maybe this guy's not as bad as I thought. I promise to do my best to help you guys around here too.
His eyes look troubled. There's no need. We have no need for your help.
Or maybe not.
I force myself to ignore his reply and just walk away.
What a snooty guy. Still as snooty as ever.
I turn around only to hear my name being called a few steps later. I look back at him all with a skull etched on my face. To my surprise, he is still busy writing something on his desk.
Now what?
Vaughn looks up at me, distracted. Huh? What the hell are you still doing here? I put my hand on my hips.
Excuse me? You are the one who called.
Why the hell would I call you?
What? You just called me.
I didn't. At the seriousness of his face, my anger melts away to reveal pure confusion.
What? I'm not kidding. I heard my name being called out. It was you, wasn't it? You were telling me to come back.
Vaughn suddenly grows quiet. His face takes on a new expression, something that I just couldn't place. It wasn't me. Just go back to the room. He looks at me with an intense gaze, and I couldn't help but just do as he says.
Fine. And I'll be closing this, since you don't want to be bothered.
I closed the door to his room, turning on my heels to go back to mine. But at the back of my mind, I still couldn't get the voice out of my head.
Was I just hallucinating? I probably need some help. Yep, that's all I need. I mean sleep, not help.
A few more days pass. Okay, this is not good. Even though Vaughn told me that they didn't need any help, that still didn't stop me from asking Victor how to help them. Victor actually looks really pleased at my offer. The truth is, I don't think his two younger brothers are helping around the house.
That Vaughn, what a lazy guy!
I walk through the hallways of the mansion, sweeping and organize minor instances of mess. I was never made to clean back at home, so I guess that's why I'm enjoying it now. Not only am I just cleaning, I'm actually sweeping the floors of a huge mansion. Now that's a new experience. At least this is giving me something to do. I finally arrive in front of the guest room. Peeking inside, I check to see if there is somebody. Since there is nobody in the way, I enter the room to dust inside. Upon arriving inside, I realize that this is actually Vaughn's private room. I briefly decide whether or not I should clean this. If he catches me inside, who knows what he's going to do.
But hey, it's not like I'm gonna do something evil here. Might as well clean out the trash can while I'm here.
I go to the trash can place underneath his desk. There are a couple of crumpled papers, some which seem to be crumpled by angry hands, while some that look like whoever threw them were still hesitating whether or not to do so. Realizing that the bin contained only sheets of paper and nothing else, I take one of the less crumpled ones. It looks like to be some sort of an early draft due to all the messy erasures and strikeouts.
What is this? Vaughn's writing? Do you know the snooty guy actually wrote?
I smile, begin to read with my eyes.
The world is not always what it seems, my friend. Sometimes we're at the top, sometimes we're at the bottom. Plenty of times it's not what we expected that we receive, rather it's the one we overlooked.
Huh?
He seems like a pretty decent writer. It's nice to wonder if there's real life after death, or if there's anything there at all. Why is there an afterlife but not an after death? Are all people supposed to live like tightrope walkers, careful and maintaining their balance all the time, lest they topple over and fall to their doom? Or should we just live life the best we can, live life to the fullest? Isn't it better to give importance to those people you care about while you are still alive? Is it better to take a risk for the things you're passionate about? To grab a chance while you still can? What does it mean to be living a real life? These are the questions I may never get the answers to. Questions about life and death. About what it really means to die and what it takes to come alive. And what exactly reality is, and how exactly we know that this is the reality we're living right now. Only one thing is certain for me. Regrets can haunt you, even after life and death.
I sit quietly for a few moments, letting the words get digested into my brain.
That was really deep. I wonder what's bothering Von.
Still thinking about the contents of the paper, I half-heartedly hold it with my left hand.
I better take this bin out before anyone finds me here.
I take the bin from under the desk and turn around to exit the room with a sheet of paper still in my hand. To my surprise, Von is leaning on the doorframe, his angry eyes boring a hole right through my soul.
What are you doing in my room?
I almost jump at the intensity of his voice.
What are you doing in my room?
He asked me again, his voice getting scarier and scarier by the minute.
Sorry, I was just cleaning. Yeah, that's right, I was cleaning.
He storms over to and I flinch, anticipating him to physically hurt me or something. He looks at me with surprise when I flinch.
Just go. Leave and don't you ever come back.
I nod and turn around quickly. My heart is beating so fast right now, and not in a good way. I'm terrified. In my haste, I trip over my own feet and fall on the floor. Von sighs and comes over to me to help me up. As he offers his hand out, for his eyes suddenly come upon the piece of paper in my hand and head come flying out to the corner of the room.
What is that?
I look at the piece of the paper in fear. He reaches over and picks it up, uncrumpling it. To my utter horror, his eyes immediately turn to steel the moment he sees that it's his own work.
That trash can. What are you doing with that trash can?
I'm going to try throw the trash away.
He narrows his eyes at me, holding up the paper that I just read.
This paper, did you read it or not?
His gaze turns even scarier as he waits for my answer.
Did you?
Yes.
I mean, she probably would be so scared of his gaze that she would say that. Fear is pounding in my chest, but I know that lying is no good in this situation. I take a deep breath, trying to get all the courage I could as possible.
Yes.
He glares at me even more.
Why, has nobody ever told you that one's privacy is to be respected? Would like it somebody opened your diary and read all the contents inside?
No, I don't have a diary, for. Why is he even comparing to the diary? Is his existential crisis real? Shucks. Nothing about what's real and not real he's writing sure is getting to me.
See, no, nobody likes to have their private thoughts raided. Nobody.
His eyes looking more frustrated than angry now.
I'm really sorry.
Von absentmindedly runs his hand through his hair.
I'm sorry for shouting at you.
His apology shocks me more than anything that has ever happened today.
It's not bad. I thought he was gonna burst. What?
I said I'm sorry for shouting at you.
Once again, he runs his hand through his hair.
I'm not comfortable showing my writings to anyone.
Why not? It's really good.
You think so?
I know so.
Huh.
But promise me you won't tell anyone.
Hey, if that's what you want, but how come?
I don't write for people to see my writing. Writing is the only way I can get things off my chest. They are too personal to be shared.
My mind drifts back to the contents of the crumpled piece of paper that I had read.
So all of that was real?
I smiled at him supportively.
You know, you're a really good writer.
He looks at me with doubt in his eyes.
You don't mean that.
Of course I do. I think you're a good writer. Heck, you probably even have writing as your job.
Von turns away slightly.
That could never happen. But thanks anyway, for the compliment.
Sorry.
I'm just telling the truth.
He nods hesitantly.
Why, don't you believe me?
I don't know.
Huh?
It's the first time anyone's ever seen my writing. And knew it was mine.
Oh. Believe me, it's worth the read.
Thank you, Kara.
He suddenly narrows his eyes at me again.
But still, I hope you understand I don't want you snooping around my room again, okay?
Hey, I wasn't snooping around your room.
Especially around sheets of paper here, right?
I said I wasn't snooping.
Alright.
Alright.
And for the first time in quite some time, I see him smiling at me.
Good. I'm counting on that.
Another sleepy day in this mansion. The tornado has just finished blowing, and even though I'm curious about the voices I keep hearing, I'm still bored that there is no excitement around here again. I wonder if the brothers could hear those voices though. Or perhaps not. I imagine they would have reacted to it by now if I had known. While passing Von's private room, I suddenly hear somebody calling my name. For a moment I get scared, feeling that it's again from the tornado where I hear voices calling me. Upon closer inspection, I realize that it's coming from inside the room. I knock on the door, expecting to hear silence. After all, perhaps I was just hallucinating again. It's not like Von would actually call me, right? To my surprise, a muffled voice replies from inside.
Come in.
My eyebrows all scrunched up in confusion. I twist the doorknob and push open the door. Von is hunched over the desk, looking quite busy. To be honest, I'm just really surprised that the guy even called me here. Hey! What's up? Von barely glanced at me again, for looking too engrossed in his work to care.
Hey, why call me if you're just going to ignore me?
He sighs, removing his glasses and placing them on the desk.
I wouldn't have called you for nothing, you know.
I cross my arms across my chest.
Then what's the matter, your highness?
He sighs again, looking at me with a tired expression on his face.
I want your opinion about something.
I try to feign shock, but the truth is I'm already shocked deep inside.
My opinion? For what?
I need some feedback regarding my writing.
I definitely did not expect those words to come from him.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Me? You want me to ask me? What? Me?
Yes, you.
Eh? Why me of all people?
All of a sudden he gets a little bit defensive.
Don't think of yourself as any special. I just have no choice, that's all. Van and Victor would never want to read any of my work. They are not very interested in reading.
I blinked at him a few times.
Is this how you ask for favors? Not to mention it's the longest thing he's ever said to me in one go, and it's all arrogant stuff. No surprise. Why bother asking someone if you look down them?
He shrugs me, irritating me even more.
I never said that I looked down you. I just said you shouldn't think you're any special just because I'm asking you a favor.
This guy's definitely making my blood boil. And isn't that looking down me?
If that's what you want to think, then be my guest.
He stops and looks thoughtful for a bit.
Oh wait, you already are thinking that.
Definitely making my blood boil. I wonder if I should call him out on it or just let it slide this time.
You know what? No.
There is no way I'm ever gonna let this slide. Don't you know how to properly ask for a favor? You're the one asking someone to do something for you, so don't you think you should be a little less arrogant?
One turns to me, looking quite alarmed. I guess he didn't expect that I would launch out at him like this.
Arrogant?
Look, even you do say that it's not your choice, you still could have chosen Ben or Victor, yet you choose me. Besides, not making a choice is still a choice. If you don't trust my judgment, why you ask me to give you feedback?
I breathe in, trying to calm myself. One lets out a sigh.
I'm sorry.
Eh?
To my surprise, I realized that I didn't expect him to say sorry, even though that's what I wanted in the first place.
It's alright. I'm sorry too. I guess I just feel bad whenever you try to put me down.
He looks at me with a surprised look on his face. Huh? I never wanted to make you feel that way. Sorry. I'm sorry if I came across like that. I shake my head, smiling at him.
It's okay. We're okay now, right?
Yeah?
Suddenly he smiled sheepishly at me, running his hand through his hair once again.
You know, when I first saw you, I thought you were a snob.
Now that I think about it, it's a girl's thing to do, right? Like, when she talks with you and she goes with hand through her hair, it means she's a little interested. I think he's doing the same thing. His words take me back.
Hey, Snob!
He nods, still smiling.
I suppose you can say that I just acted accordingly.
I stared at him, undecided whether or not I should get offended or burst out laughing. Involuntarily, I do the latter.
I can't believe you thought I was a snob!
You do look like a snob, you know.
What? That's ridiculous.
Well, seeing you know, it does seem ridiculous.
He cleared his throat and looked straight at me.
I'm really sorry for how I acted, Kara.
I smiled at him.
It's alright, no big deal. Let's see your work now, shall we?
With a smile, he hands me the few sheets of paper in his hand. I forcefully read over his work while he keeps on writing on his desk. I'm not a critic by average enough written works to know that he's more than a decent writer. After all, it's not like you need to know how to cook in order to know if a food tastes good or not. It's the same with the written works, at least in my opinion. Truth to be told, Vaughn's writing is really quite good. I hand him the papers, giving my feedback along the way. I do my best to tell him which parts I like best and which parts I think could be improved on. Really, his work is not more than a long essay, but I made sure to be thorough with my feedback. He listened to me patiently, even asking me a couple of specific questions. To be absolutely honest, never in my wildest dreams did I imagine that I could be in this sort of situation with Vaughn of all people.
Thank you, Kara.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It may not be obvious, but you've been really a big help to me.
I'm just glad I could help you. Really.
He chuckles, but I sense a hint of nervousness in his voice.
Thank you. Really. I hope you can help me again, maybe next time.
He looks away from me as he talks, and I notice a faint hint of pink on his cheeks.
What the? Is he blushing? This guy's too unpredictable.
This time, it's my turn to giggle at his nervousness.
Sure, anytime.
He smiles again, and I make my way out of his room, feeling confused all of a sudden.
Fun. What an interesting character.
Another day for me. That's a new place. Another written work for a certain someone. He's wearing glasses now.
You know, how come you don't want your brothers to know that you're a writer?
I look up at Vaughn from where I'm lying on his bed. He barely glances up, busy writing on the floor. We're currently at the guest room where Vaughn sleeps for the time being. Oh, for how long will he stay here? I still have no idea. After all, I still have no idea when I'll be getting back home. It sounds absolutely ridiculous, but it's true. Two things. One, I'm not a writer. And two, it's too embarrassing. I sighed.
Man, who knew you were this shy?
He's still hunched over his papers writing.
You're a really good writer, you know. I don't know about all your work, but I feel real. Even though I have to admit that the subject matter is quite strange. Are you seriously doubting whether or not this is real?
I make a gesture with my hands to refer to everything around us. This time he glanced at me, but only briefly.
I never said that my works are real.
But they feel real.
He shrugs. We stay silent for a few seconds, and the room is filled with only the sound of his pen sliding across the rough paper that he's using.
What are you working on right now, Fo? Huh?
What? I say again, that this time with a smile on my face.
You know, you sound like a drunk person.
Eerily, the room suddenly falls silent. I sit up, confused. I suddenly realized that Vaughn had stopped writing.
Hey, what's wrong?
He looked straight ahead, as if in trance.
Vaughn?
Nothing.
Was it something I said?
He sighs and then his hand tightening on his pen.
It's nothing. I just remembered something.
He glanced at me, looking very serious.
I really hate the drunkards.
Hey,
Normally I would have probably laughed at the way he said those words.
I hate drunkards, really? That instance of reaction over such a thing? Is that really it? I'm sorry?
He nods, slowly writing again. I just sit there for a few more moments, wondering what just happened. I sit on an old couch in the main room, reading some of Vaughn's other works. It's a good thing that he has opened enough to me to let me read his work. At least now I have something to do around here.
At least something to do while waiting for time to pass.
Vern suddenly comes out of the other room. I immediately hide the sheets of paper behind my back as I call him over.
Hey, Vern!
He looks at me and hesitantly comes closer.
Yes? Nothing, would you like to sit down?
Reluctantly, he sits down on the couch opposing me. To be honest, I have a strong feeling that Vern is still quite scared of me. At least that's the vibe I'm getting from the kid. We talk for a few moments, with me hoping to make him comfortable enough around me. I'm not really the kind of person who can take it when people around her are not comfortable with her. I always like making people feel like they're alright around me. Suddenly I remember something.
Hey, Vern, does Vaughn have something against drunk people?
Why is it so disgusting? That's not a freaking grapefruit taste at all. Sorry. Yeah. Seriously, why did I buy this energy drink again? This was a bad idea.
Hey, Vern.
Okay. Vern looks at me with a surprised look on his face. Drunk? I nod. Even without words, I see the question right on Vern's face and decide to tell him about my conversation with Vaughn. He just nods, looking deep in thought. Weird.
Hey, what do you mean?
Nothing. They're so close to knowing.
You can tell me.
Where Vern again seems deep in thought for a few seconds before looking back at me. I'm not sure, but he drinks.
What? Vaughn is a drinker?
I have a faint memory
Of him drinking. He frowns, looking like he's having a hard time. But I don't remember everything. I'm sorry.
No, it's alright. But it's strange, why would he say that he hates them when he drinks himself?
That sure is weird. I think I know. He drinks. He drinks even when he... He stops suddenly, cradling his head in his hands. I'm sorry, my head hurts when I try to remember. I've been having trouble remembering things for quite some time now.
What? That's even more strange. Does Vern have some sort of brain damage? No, please don't push yourself. It's alright. Thank you for telling me.
Without another word, he walks out of the room. His abnormally quick pace does not escape me, however.
That's strange, I wonder what's wrong with his memory. I'm curious, did Vern get into an accident? Maybe I should ask Vaughn on one of those days.
Well, to be honest, it's time to end the episode. For now, hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you tomorrow in the next one. Bye bye.